time, what a time. What a time for a black man to be alive. Living in the struggle while trying to keep our composure. Killing each other while trying to look for that exposure. We all just want to make it, we should do it as a team. Build each other up and they can't even say a thing. Me and all my brothers just stuck together like glue. It's us against the world and you know what we finna do. Woo! Pop a bottle, we in here for celebration. We just wanna be the leaders that's pushing the generation. Take a seat and find your zone for the topic of conversation. Find a way for a positive revelation. Now this really ain't the time to be thinking about yourself, cause we just a bunch of hustlers that's trying to give out some help. We turn the cubs into lions inside of the den. Come and join the brotherhood if you really just wanna win, ayy.
This your boy Daniel Lyons Evans, and you are live inside the den, and the next episode starts right now. As always, this is a live, unrehearsed, unscripted show. We just been sitting here vibing, and I have my very good friend, Mr. Johnny Pierce here in the building today. Ex-Marine, ex-military guy here.
Former, never ex.
Okay, former Marine. And then introduce your friend.
Yeah, this is Oscar Dixon, former Marine.
Okay, all right. So we all Marines here. We kind of just sit here talking. You know, this episode is like a non-traditional type. Where we just kind of just sit here talking, and we just gonna roll the camera, rotate, and we just gonna have a conversation and just just kind of vibe out. One thing we was talking about earlier before the cameras came on was this football season. Who y'all been rooting for this season? Who you think is gonna go to the Super Bowl?
My team out. Dallas.
Okay, well, hey, I'm on. And you on the same.
Yeah, before I'm different Dallas fan. I've been a Dallas fan since 1983.
Yeah.
I'm none of this 2 years ago, or even back then. I've been for a long time.
Yeah.
So
they're rocking with the ball.
I was hoping they was gonna do better, but it's time to get rid of all that money we done gave to Zeke and Dak. They got to go.
I said it from the beginning.
They're not producing.
I didn't think that Zeke deserved all that money they gave him, because as soon as he got it, he laid down.
Yeah.
And this was supposed to be, the breakout season for all them boys, man.
For the last 5 years on paper, we have been Super Bowl champions. On paper.
The Cowboys.
On paper. On paper, everybody look at the Cowboy roster and be like, oh, they're going to make it to the Super Bowl.
And they also got the record for the most cheapest team.
You're talking about the Patriots.
Bro,
No,
yeah.
Cowboys.
No,
I heard it on the radio.
So you been everything you hear on the radio?
Cheap. Yeah.
Cheating on what? What you know?
Who gonna take?
He don't have dogs.
How can
But I'm going to go with the Bengals
cheat on calls
because
when they ain't one
31 years overdue.
What? The Bengals?
Yeah. I'm going with them just because they underdogs 31 years overdue.
They're not going to make it, man. Even if they make it to the Super Bowl, they're not going to win it.
Or they still in the...
Yeah, they got to play
With the
Kansas
world
City.
totally
Today?
upside
Tomorrow.
down.
Kansas City.
Why can't the underdog
We
win
ain't about
this
to
year?
get past Kansas City.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not going to beat Kansas City.
With the world upside down, why can't the Bengals win this year?
But they can, but
With the world upside down, why the Cowboys can't win?
Oh,
So we got to believe.
With the world upside down.
If they get in there, they cheat. Because they already out.
Yeah, now it'll be the Donald Trump of the Super Bowl.
Well, I'm going with them.
The Bengals.
Yeah, I ain't got a dog in the fight.
Bengals. All right, who you going for, Tonio?
I don't even watch football, brother.
Oh wow.
At all.
And then you got the Rams playing San Francisco. Now that's going to be
Who
good.
you think gonna win out of that game?
I think San Francisco will win. And even though they say Ronaldo, their quarterback is suck, he get them to the championship game.
I'm feeling a vibe that LA gonna take France. And I don't know nothing about it. But
Well,
I'm just going to go against what
I'm-
you talking about. And say, Charlie.
Rams, man. Charlie's out. And maybe. Yeah.
The Chargers.
You got
Right,
the LA Rams and the LA Chargers.
See how much I got?
So the Chargers you should know because Tina's son played on the Chargers. He's a running back, Trey. From around here, local dude.
Really? Play for the Chargers?
Yeah, he's running back. He went to school in Raleigh, but his grandmother lived right there across the street from me.
Is he starting? Or he...
No, he's not starting because they got what's that dude? The Chargers starter, Ecker or something. Like he real good, but he plays. He does the kickoffs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he
Special
does
teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he get in, he don't, it ain't any garbage time. He get in during the game and put him in the running back and give him the ball.
Oh, so he's a relief.
Yeah, he went to Mizzou. He graduated from Mizzou.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is that?
Missouri.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Columbus, like a school name.
Yeah, Mizzou. Yeah.
Now that you mention it, that's why they spelled on that school like that, ain't it? Cause one time I rolled past it out there, and I was like, what kind of spelling is that?
This dude here.
No, I had a flashback.
So, what kind of work do you do, man?
Trucking.
Truck driving. How long you driving truck?
34 years.
So you got the military straight to the truck. How did it go?
I was driving truck across Lindenville.
Oh, so you can
Yeah, hauling gas.
We driving trucks illegal. We just steal his father's truck.
Oh, well, my daddy's still alive.
Somebody's rig?
Yeah.
Me and his brother.
15 years old.
Joyride. Yeah.
In a freaking truck.
Yeah. I'm on freight. 15 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
His dad used to put me, him, and his brother in a cab over, and we all up in New York, everywhere. Laying all on the daggone dash.
Up against the windshield,
Yeah.
man. We four was
Crazy.
one in each seat. My dad was sleeping in the bunk.
Yeah.
One would lay up in the windshield.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
way back in the day.
Yeah. We've been friends since 82.
Wow. 1982.
Yeah.
Like they say, you got 20-year-old friends. Boom.
Yeah.
I have a couple of guys I've been knowing for a long time. Now as far as, you know, like, so as a friend, like, how do you determine how long a person is your friend? You determine that by how long you've known them as a person?
Like our situation, we family functions, all that.
Yeah.
I go to his house every Sunday.
Yeah.
You know, friend, somebody you call an emergency and shit pops.
Yeah.
Man,
Somebody you know, you call them, they gonna make up an excuse. Ah, man, I don't even.
look, I got the people I can call them that I know ain't gonna get somebody to answer the phone.
I call him 4 o'clock in the morning. So
Yeah.
the emergency popping, you go.
Like what?
You know, same thing. You call me with something, you know, boom, solid, I'm gone. Yeah.
So I have a guy that I've been knowing since I was 5 years old. I was friends with him, you know, since I was 5.
Okay.
But as far as like calling at 3 o'clock in the morning,
You ain't got no
Well, that's an associate. That's somebody you know.
You ain't got no friends.
That's not a friend.
I called him several times. Family issues, I'm out on the road, he can get my parents or my sister.
Yeah.
Boom.
Now, my buddy
wife
Junior.
call won't crank, she out there at Walmart, something, he gone.
my best friend Junior, I've
Same
known
thing.
him since the course, and he's somebody who.
Well, how in the world did you wind up here?
Yeah, where you
In
from?
South Carolina?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't even know where you from.
I'm from Mississippi.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Crooked letter.
Yeah.
That guy.
So I've been
Hot
actually.
coffee?
No, I'm from the Gulfport. Right on the Gulf Coast.
Don't lie, man. You from the Delta.
No.
You from the Delta, man. You ain't gonna sit here and
I
lie.
didn't know you could go.
You talk like a boy from the Delta. You act.
You from the Delta?
He from the Delta. Yeah.
Your house is up on.
But go ahead and tell us, Gulfport.
I'm from a small city called Gulfport.
I know Gulfport.
60 miles
We
from
used to, I
Mobile.
used to stop at the Flying J in Gulfport all the time.
So you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right across from Flying J.
With a liquor store.
That's where I'm
Across
from.
the
Exactly.
That's where I'm
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
Walk the-
So it ain't that small.
I mean,
It's bigger than Selma.
yeah, it's bigger than Selma.
So it's not that small.
Bigger than Smithfield.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
You know that she's on IG and all that. She's from Gulfport. Heather Denise. Yeah. She got a clothing line. She be doing
Where she live at?
Gulfport.
Oh, she live and she's from
Yeah, she
Gulfport.
Mississippi. She was in the National Guard and then she switched over to the Army.
How you know?
Cause she on my Facebook page. She
Oh,
on
Facebook
Facebook
friend.
get out. So I started following her and then come to find out, you know, she entrepreneur. I mean, she got houses that she rent out.
Yeah.
And she dropped knowledge. She'll tell you how she do stuff.
Yeah.
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 What's her name?
Heather Denise. She was loud.
Yeah, but I got it here.
Okay,
in 2016. When I was stationed in Paris Island.
Okay, that's Paris Island. That's still 4 hours away. How did you get here?
Can I tell my story?
Man, you going a long way.
I mean, when I was there, I met
That's
somebody.
that Delta talk right there.
Listen to this, okay.
Go ahead. You met somebody from North Carolina?
From South Carolina, and I had kids with them.
And you better just say, I'm gonna put this Delta in you.
No, I mean, I'm saying to it.
Okay.
Married somebody from South Carolina, and when I got out, didn't work out, and so she
You
moved
ran
my
out.
kids.
You ran out of gas right
Made
here.
my kids move here, and I came here to be close to my kids.
Oh, so she knew somebody from here.
Yeah, she got family, had family.
Okay.
So her family kind of migrated from Beaufort to
Here.
Beaufort. That's what Paris Island is at. In Beaufort.
I used to hang
Did you go to Paris
I used
Island?
to say St. Helena Island.
East of Mississippi, go first.
I mean, I actually went to boot camp in California.
But that's because you're in Mississippi though. You ain't in
I went to
Mississippi.
boot camp in California.
West of
Yeah, but you was on everything east of the Mississippi comes
Go
Paris
Paris
Island.
Island.
You, the Hollywood Marine, go out there looking at the rabbits on the airfield, looking at y'all, laughing.
Man, it wasn't nothing Hollywood about.
Okay, whatever.
about-
So you think y'all equal to Paris Island?
Man,
Dude,
you ain't never been out there.
Take 'em off the rock.
I've been out there.
Dude,
And I met a whole bunch of Hollywood Marines, and they all lost.
All what?
Yeah, you lost.
Man,
Y'all perspective on everything is totally different, man, than Paris Island.
about boot camp?
They even say if you didn't go to Paris Island, you really not a Marine.
If you did what?
Yeah, they always say that.
If you what?
You didn't come from
Check
the rock.
Bullet said that. If you did not go to Paris Island, you not a Marine. But we still treat you the same because you got to equal your anger.
Why they have boot camp over there?
Because they got to put y'all somewhere, man. They got to put y'all somewhere.
Well, I guess that makes me the best of both worlds.
That's what the Bible say. But if that's what you want to believe,
I graduated from there, but I did time over here.
yeah, you love it over here.
Ran through all these.
I don't see you living here. I don't see you living there.
Doggone sand.
I don't see you living.
Sand Fleet City, all that bull crap over there.
Punk gas.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah.
Taking up the cut.
Gators.
Now the proudest time you had in Marine Corps when you stationed at Paris Island.
Sure was.
was the
Tell me,
first time.
you can tell,
Hey,
Paris
when I was in Cuba.
Oh man.
Shoot, I was in Cuba over there living the life. You know what I mean?
Gitmo sucks.
Well, I mean, he might have sucked
Yeah, Gitmo sucks.
Shoot, I was able to say, oh,
I should have called my boy Bert that was there and let him talk about Gitmo.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't nobody go there.
No,
Yeah.
Nobody like Gitmo.
I'm on reserve right now.
It wasn't good. It was a bit of a struggle.
Yeah, cause they say you get paid. What's the extra pay you get paid there, man? Almost like hazardous duty pay, but it's something dealing with because it's so stressful on your mind that they give you extra money for that because it's so
Yeah.
stressful.
What's stressful?
I should be
What you mean? What?
I should be able to get.
I ain't
I should be able to get my stuff. First round knockout bout. You know what I mean? Should have no problem
If
getting my
you do
percentage.
what you're supposed to, you will. But have
You
you
didn't
rolled
get
up
him in that
anything?
microwave.
I
range
started.
over
Have you-
there.
I started.
No, you haven't.
I had started.
Don't lie to me.
I
man.
started it, man.
Hey, look here. I only know you a couple weeks, but I can tell whenever you avoiding the question, you blowing smoke.
How you figure that?
Have you wrote down anything?
I haven't started everything on.
Wait, you just said I started.
Started to mean I got my thought process together. What I want to do. It got started in your mind first. Before you put anything on paper, it got started up here.
Is that what they told you?
Huh?
Is that what they told you?
Yeah, who? Hollywood?
Yeah.
That's what I know. That's
Okay.
That's his business. That's
You
what I
know
know.
what? We gonna take it for that. Well, I tell you. You already know what?
It's gonna be. I asked her that I have to have it done by a particular date. She said that
Well-
if we get done by Monday,
Yeah.
then I'll be good. So I already started getting it.
Well, see, the thing about it is, I need for you to go ahead and get with it because once you get it and you hit me up and let me know, then I'll know what I need to do for the buddy statements.
Okay.
Yeah, so everything will overlap.
Yeah.
Right. Because I'm telling you, that's what's going to get you. The buddy statements going to push you over.
So she said I need just the two. Do I need to?
Yeah. Well, see, this is what you do. This is in this
This is
situation,
veteran talk right now.
Yeah,
y'all.
dealing with the
This is
VA.
veteran talk.
more is better than less. Because it's better to give them way more evidence than what they need than to have them keep saying, well, we need this, we need that, we need, and then that's just time. Oh, we done lost your file.
Yeah.
Just like when I was doing mine, they asked for 3 months and stuff, right? I sent them 6 months. And once they got everything, you know what they told me? Well, we appreciate you sending it because we were going to ask you for that. But see, that's how they do you. They ask for this, but they really want that.
All that.
But if they string you along, sooner or later something's going to get missing. And once it get missing, guess what? You got to start over again. And it's time.
That's that long fight right there.
And us being out so long, you figure I got out in 91. I didn't do nothing for VA till 2017. Yeah,
That's when you started the first time.
2017.
Yeah.
I thought
When I got out of
this thing at
Marine
least 3 times
I'm
already.
reserved.
When I
So
got-
I'm already not eligible for a whole lot. I got
And it's crazy.
6.
Yeah, because he didn't
I'm down
spend
to
enough
11
time.
from to do stuff, and I'm like, well, that's great. And I'm still not eligible.
But you just did just the 4 years reserve, or how many years?
Like 3 years now.
Yeah, but see, by the time they add up every day, it's still you got to have like a consecutive
I missed
8
like 15
days.
days.
15
for the medical.
And see, he
But
could
15 days as a reserve is like a year.
have went to what were they cutting up? Beirut? No, they couldn't.
Libya.
They was cutting up in Libya, but he told me he gonna go out there shooting.
What they said they was,
No, we
one
not
bullet
sending you.
and all that. Here and there, 2
We not
guys got
sending
killed. I was going as a replacement. I was
What kind of gun you got?
all of it. And I said,
He's what now or when he was
Like
like
that.
Oh,
Well,
God.
no.
We got a whole arsenal right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
He the one got like 9,000 rounds.
and that
And this dude, you literally used to tell us 5-10 years ago, hey man, you need to buy these bullets when they cheap. I'm like, man, what are you talking about? Now they come past,
Yeah.
you should have listened to
and
it.
it ain't nothing on the shelf now.
Yeah, because when they were getting ready to do, everybody thought they was gonna do martial law. They were buying all the guns and the bullets. So,
About 8 million new people a year, right? And you know who's the big number? Black women.
Black women is the biggest consumer of weapons and all that.
Pistols and going all the way.
Well, shoot, man, like me and him, man, talking about, being in weapons battalion all them years, man. That's like,
Y'all are these suits.
I ain't even like, it ain't
You
even
don't
like,
even care about it.
it don't really like excite me like it used to, you know what I mean?
When you shoot weapons from 5 in the morning to 11 and midnight, you don't even want it. I got a Marine Corps and I did not shoot a weapon
For a
until,
long time.
where was you at? What house was that you was at down at the corner, at the end?
Yeah, you get mad.
Yeah, so that was what year was that?
the woods in the 90s.
Oh, that's 2000 something. Yeah, I know I didn't touch a gun for at least 15 years.
It wasn't quite that long for me. I think when I got out, like maybe I went like 4 or 5 years without firing, and then I went to go apply for armed security job.
Okay.
And after like 5 years of not even pulling the trigger, I still only dropped like 5 points out of their whole course with a revolver.
Yeah.
And they looked at me like, "How long has it been since you shot?" Like, it's been about 5-6 years.
Muscle memory. Come back.
You
You do it every day.
do it every day for a long period of time like that.
Yeah.
All that stuff is like second nature. And my eyesight hadn't got worse, you know.
Yeah.
When I got the Marine Corps, they told me I was borderline glaucoma. I'm like, I
That's
can't
all
be
that
here
Hollywood
for 20
water
years.
he was drinking.
You know, it's all that looking down range and on chosen range, on the frozen
See,
chosen.
you down there on the big line. You should been out there with me. You really would have been cross-eyed. Because in the evening, you got to go to a big
My partner
line.
was on the line that you was on.
Yeah, the K-Sun.
Yeah, he was out there on K-Sun. He was out there at the same time.
Headache, man. That right there is,
Are y'all deaf?
Huh?
Did y'all lose your hearing?
yeah, you gonna lose hearing.
You know, could they check
You
you?
around, yeah, everybody got tinnitus. You constantly gonna have ringing in your ears.
Yeah. Ringing and all kinds.
That's why you see a lot of guys that was on weapons at the time and stuff, you see them always like yawning. So you get that ring and so you start yawning trying to pop.
Pop your ears and stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean that's, but you know, that was just a whole different. I was actually going to stay in and go to DI school, but I told you what happened. Like, I ain't going to be harassed for another 4 years.
Man, you gotta be taller to be a DI.
No, you don't.
You need to be. You
No,
need to be
you
taller.
You know,
Taller. Stand over. Look down.
They changed all that. That's
That's
just
what
like
we
going
need
down
to
the
show.
road.
Yeah, sure.
You know, troopers used to have to be over 6 feet. They changed that.
Yeah. Yeah, it just, you know, you don't care if you're 6 feet or 5 feet.
It's your heart.
You open up your
The little
mouth.
short ones
Yeah, them little short. That's that joke. You don't even see him. Next thing you know, he on home.
Yeah.
You're like, man, where you come from? California?
You know, you have to have a certain type of like, you know, people like Rick Bowe went through Marine Corps boot camp. He didn't make it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, in boot camp, you don't get to be a celebrity in boot camp.
Oh, heck no.
He came
The
to
boxer.
boot camp. He had to have a hand-selected team of drill truckers to handle him because of him being a championship a fighter and everything.
Why should he be treated as different?
Well, that's why he didn't make it.
No, yeah. He didn't make it because he didn't have
to be treated different.
Well, he thought it was because he was a celebrity.
he want to have a cell phone and all that kind of stuff. They tell you, you know, you
He's
can't
not
have
in the
that.
army.
So he just, I think after 2 weeks, of being yelled at and being handled, he ended up buying his contract out and went back home and said, I ain't
How much
buying
did that cost?
$250,000.
How much did it cost for a ring?
That's what it was back in the day. I don't know what it is now. But if you was in there, if you in boot camp, you can buy your contract out and go home for
Who does
$250,000.
that?
Like if you hit the lottery, you got to buy your contract out.
Yeah.
You can't stay in
You
there.
can't stay. No, I mean,
I ain't know that.
because it becomes a conflict at that point. If you hit the lottery and win $1 million, what you gonna stand in somebody's line for and be hollering back? People go to the Marine Corps to get ahead in life. If you got that kind of money, so they tell you because we're not gonna be able to control you mentally because you got money, you might as well go ahead and go home. But
Man, you gotta pay them.
$250, because you got a contract.
Yeah.
$250,000, you can go home and you know, your man,
Never owe the government nothing.
Never owe him nothing. So when Ricky Bo came through there, you know, he ended up buying his contract to go home because he wasn't finna sit there and, you know, recruit. 2 weeks, I think it was 2 weeks. But he was on Paris,
You process.
I mean, you got to be
Yeah.
Shoot, the worst day in life though is the day you get your drill instructor. And that senior say drill instructors take
command.
Yeah, take charge.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think I paid 4 different times. Like what in the
I remember saying to myself, what
I can
did
still
do
see it,
myself?
Oh
boy.
my
I can still see it.
God. Yeah. That was crazy. I was like,
I do it again.
I used to say, man, what did I get myself into, man?
Yeah.
What is this?
I do it. Wouldn't you do it
you
again?
figure I got all 4 of my wisdom teeth pulled in boot camp.
I still got mine.
No, they took mine out. 2 days after that, I'm running. Blood just shooting all out my mouth. My drill instructor gonna come up to me and say, Pierce, get in there and clean your nasty face. Got me out there, put me on the quarterback from bleeding off his neck. I was like,
You probably had to clean it.
y'all trying to kill me. But you so scared and so pumped up that
Ain't nothing
it don't even
happening.
phase you.
Yeah.
You get 4 wisdom teeth pulled out here, man, you probably in bed for a week. You can't do nothing, head throbbing, everything. That joker woke me up, tapping me up. Cause you get a sick call, you get a sick chick, so I went back. I'm in the bar, I'm laying there sleep, that nigga tapped me away. Took my heartbeat, she died.
It's not the third thing, you know what?
No,
Second,
but see,
first?
I was the first
Okay,
time.
okay.
But when you get the receiving, you know, they tell you to write a number on your palm. And I know Tim Nixon told me, man, if you get a 3, you're in trouble.
Yeah, right.
He got to me, he said 30-10. Man, that was the craziest 3-10, 30-10 I could put on. And then he came back, he started asking the guy in front of me, what number I give you? And he said 10-14, sir. Then he got to me 10-14. Oh, thank you, Jesus. But then I found out that's worse. It was on a parade day.
Yeah, right across.
Everybody sees you. You can't get away with nothing. I think 2nd Battalion, you're almost there, but you off in the cut a little bit. You get away
on
with
the side of
stuff.
the statue of Iwo Jima.
Yeah, I'm right there on the statue. The parade day.
Well, 2
Everybody
blocks,
graduated.
no, maybe 3 blocks from the main gate. I never knew.
Yeah, at night I used to be on the fire and look out the window and see people leaving the base, but I'm like, I wonder where they going, where they coming from. Not realizing it's one way on, one way off, Paris Island, that's it. But, what you gonna do? I won't plan on going nowhere. Yeah.
What was your favorite part about it?
Just saying, cause you figure, I was an Army brat. My father retired out of the Army. But we only stayed on military installation until we moved to North Carolina. We moved to North Carolina, we didn't live on base no more. We lived around here. So when I went in the Marine Corps, to be with different people from New Hampshire, New York, Jersey, Florida, and just to see how different everybody was. But then you graduate, and what really shocked me was, you graduate and everybody in your platoon is like 2 or 3 inches smaller. 2 or 3 inches different from each other. Everybody normally got like a 32-inch waist. Everybody got like 40.
So we had 8
jackets. And you're like, how in the heck?
You remember the guys with the red stripes?
It's crazy.
Fat bodies. Remember that?
Yeah.
If you was a fat body, you had the red stripes on your t-shirt.
Right.
Everybody had shrunk by the time it was graduation.
Oh yeah.
You know,
You gonna lose weight like crazy.
I like that. The camaraderie.
But now, the crazy, I think the craziest thing that happened to me in boot camp out of everything I went through a whole lot, because I used to laugh a lot. You know, that don't work with that.
Oh no.
Just something said, we eat duck today. So in my mind, damn, I ain't never had duck. I wonder how it's gonna taste. So we get up in there, and we couldn't sit down until everybody in the room got their tray.
Eat duck today.
Yeah, so everybody got their tray, right? So we get ready to sit down, and it looked like it was duck, but it was chicken breast. They said, 14, you're done. I'm like, man, we ain't even ate. You done. So we going to dump our food. So I grabbed my chicken breast. I said, I'm gonna get a piece of this. And when I went to bite, Joseph said, hold it right there, Pierce. So I'm holding this big piece of chicken breast, and it had to go outside. What do you think happened when I stepped out that dang on door? Man, that sand flea swamped me. When they finally let me throw that mess off, they had to send me to sitcom because my head looked like Martin when he got beat by Tommy Hearns. They had that big head with knots.
No.
Yeah, they had ate me up that bad where my whole left side was swole, eye closed up, and everything. Somebody, I teach you from eating and walking, Pierce. Yeah.
Wow.
I have a fond memory of boot camp with that. I had to play the trumpet every morning, taps and reveille.
Yeah.
That's another story in itself. But there was another guy that had to play it on the inside while I played it outside. And we arpeggiated off of each other and stuff. And one particular morning, I was outside standing and getting ready to play reveille. And the guy in the barracks was supposed to start it, and then I arpeggiated off of it. And he started something crazy. And I didn't recognize it, but I went ahead and started, you know. And when I went in there, they was PTing him on the quarter deck. I later got with him. I said, dude, what happened? He said, man, when the lights came on, I forgot how it started. I just played anything. That was funny. He was in a puddle of sweat.
Well, how was y'all? Y'all taking pictures and stuff with y'all suntan on?
This dude right
What's
here.
that?
Laying on the beach. We are just sucking.
You know, one of my thinking boot camp in California, Hollywood, is that freaking mountain that we had to hike up right before we finished the Crucible. We on top of a freaking mountain in a formation where they give you your EGA. So the mountain is called Mount MF.
Yeah.
Because it's so steep that when you lean forward, you're touching the ground. That's how steep this mountain is. So we had to hike up this mountain in order to have our ceremony, our EGA ceremony and all that. And I just remember saying that they call this Hollywood all they want, but all these mountains here, this is the hardest part about the boot camp, hiking up the doggone mountain. And when I went to Paris Island and seen all the flatland, I said, I know they ain't giving me no hard time about no Hollywood, when all this flatland over here, every hike we went on had to go over a mountain.
Good for
You know
y'all.
what I mean? And that was like,
Probably
said, what?
made a saying.
Saying, okay. Like the saying, please.
Ain't no mountain out there.
I ain't never heard nobody.
Yeah, so I know you heard about the Death March.
10 miles.
Paris Island?
Yeah, the Paris
10
Island.
miles. Yeah. How far y'all go? 8?
No, Paris Island, that's
the
where
Death March.
the drill instructor marched
To the swamp?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everybody saw that.
Yeah, but that's true.
I know.
That ain't no lie, that's true.
That's a real.
Yeah.
I think everybody.
But my thing with this right here, you know, I take my hat off to you because you did, you know, go and bring the
Good off.
You don't hear nobody bragging about
The army.
going to Hollywood. You just don't. You know. Even now, how many guys you talk to them like, yeah, man, you know, I'm in Hollywood.
You know, most people I talk to that I meet, they went on the East Coast.
The Rock.
Exactly.
But that ain't, you know, the ones
But
that
that
went
ain't
out
what-
there, the one that went
Uh-huh.
to California, they know about the mountains, right?
Yeah, they know about it. Matter of fact, Jeff Howe,
He ended up over there.
he went to California.
Yeah.
And we don't know how because he's from here.
Yeah.
But he went to
Oh, from
California.
North Carolina?
Yeah.
And he went out there.
What's needed for the
I was like, dude, what the word? He was like, yeah, man. I said, I don't look at you the same way, man. I thought you went to Paris Island like your brother did. You
Yeah,
went to
you look at it the
Hollywood?
same
Yeah.
He'd be like 3/4.
Yeah, there you go.
3/4.
3/4
3/5.
and a tick.
3/5. Like,
Yeah.
slave.
That's crazy.
You got
Oh, yeah.
stationed back there, so you know.
Huh?
The heritage that's there, it's just crazy. Even at night,
Did you feel
it's eerie out there.
It is a little different.
Did you
Yeah.
smell the swamp?
It's different.
Yeah, he smelled it. He was on the big
Different. When I
line.
was over there, man, being by that airport, man, I didn't like that.
Yeah,
Being by that airport,
some crazy stuff,
seeing folks
man.
take off and land and everything.
Yeah,
And
y'all had rabbits. They said rabbits used to sit there and look at y'all laughing. I said, a rabbit
Like
laughing?
that bird walking on my feet.
Or what?
Bird walking on my feet.
Oh,
I remember in Paris Island, been out there and a freaking, I think it was a bald eagle swooped down,
Yeah.
and we had to stop until that summer gun felt like he's ready to fly off.
Yeah, you better not shoot that damn. You going to jail.
Yeah, that doggone that. So that was like a really like.
Squirrels were coming in.
And then that's just like if you ever go down there on A-line over the Bourbon and go out there to the water, man, you know, where you doing all that shooting, you killing sharks and all that, and they wash up.
Yeah,
And they have hundreds of bullet holes in them.
yeah,
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, them bullets go somewhere, man.
Yeah.
They go somewhere.
Supposed to know what's past your target.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think the funnest part about, you know, my whole experience was being able to get them people who couldn't even hold a weapon and get them in the black.
Iron sights.
You know, huh?
Iron sights.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to have the That's
Yeah,
now. Yeah,
No, that's the
now.
Air Force.
Well, no, it's Marine Corps.
Well, the Marine Corps, they got scopes. They use.
now, yeah.
Yeah, everybody should be expert. They use scopes.
Really?
Yeah. It's crazy, man. You know they got a stress card.
Oh yeah, I heard about the stress
That's
card.
crazy.
I heard about the
The only
stress
stress card we had was a black flag.
And and I didn't get none of them calls. I went to boot camp in November
I
5th.
was in June.
So,
July.
Thanksgiving, I was in boot camp. Christmas, I was in boot camp. New Year's, I was in boot camp.
We had over
Christmas Day, our drill instructor got us up at 4:30. Get the pit. We all get down in the pit, make it snow. So we throwing sand up in there, right? He said, USMC, you suckers missed Christmas. And dogged us out. I said, man, what kind of shit is this? Already missing Christmas, and you got me in the pit, throwing sand up, and you're picking at me. Yeah, it was crazy.
But let me ask y'all fellas something, because I normally have, you know, young guys, you know, that I vibe with on the show. And
A
things
Gen
like
Z.
that. And I'm always like, you know, the elder of the bunch. But it's always feels good to talk to, you know, people that's older than me, because I like that wisdom that I get from you all. What was one of the biggest misconceptions that you all learned about, you know, after military culture? What was one of the biggest misconceptions that you all had?
Misconception about the military?
It's just about being a veteran, about being in life after the military. You know, some people, I remember the moment I decided that I wasn't going to re-enlist. I remember it might have been the first sergeant telling me that, you know, you can better make it without us, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, watch.
Well, he was totally brainwashed.
You know,
I think the biggest misconception is, and it's wild, but it's sadly true. Growing up, the way most of us as blacks are raised, you get yelled at by your mom and your dad, your grandma, your uncles, your aunts, your cousins. Everybody screaming, yelling at you. So you get to boot camp, that screaming, yelling don't phase you because you're used to it.
yeah.
And you see people that wasn't raised up like that, it's
shocked.
totally destroying them because they don't know how to function.
Yeah.
You know, so we sitting there listening to the yelling and still doing what we got to do because, man, I'm used to that. And then, you know, more so, growing up, you did so much crazy stuff with your friends that you like, ain't too much they can do here that's worse than what I done.
The heights.
The heights, and then, like some of my friends, they didn't know how to swim, so they were scared of the pool, but once, you know, got over that, it was off. But I think the biggest misconception is, when you get out, after you've been in, if you get achieve rank, you're in charge of people, you tell people what to do, they under your watch, you take care of them. When you get out, you nobody. You go into the world and so what? And most people don't like you because you did go to the Marine Corps. You get so many, oh, I started to, or I wanted to, but they didn't. So now they looking at you totally different. Oh, you think you better than me?
Yeah.
No, man, I just chose to go in, I went in.
Yeah.
And I was able
Just
to
give me a fresh off.
Yeah.
You catch H-E-double hockey sticks, getting a job, getting benefits, getting anything. You just don't get it. So I think that was the hardest part.
That was one of my things that when somebody tell me I can't do something,
Yeah.
whether it's the rope, oh, you can't do that because you bump, you can't, I'm gonna get this rope. Whether it's a mile, you know, 3 miles, whatever, you know, somebody say I can't do something, you know, that is what triggers me to do, make me, you know, work harder. So when the guy told me that, you know, you can't make it without us, I made up in my mind, I say, look, 16 years from now, or whenever, however many years I had left at the time, I want to be able to compare military wages and military success versus me being a civilian.
Right.
And I remember I had myself on a mental clock, a mental success clock. Like when I was 33, I said, hey, you got at least, you got exactly, 6 years left before you have to be able to compare.
This moment, yeah.
So I remember when I was at my 20th anniversary date of what I would have been if I would have stayed in. And I say, that probably was the best decision that I made because it gave me freedom to shoot above and beyond what I would have normally been able to do if I was still in the Marine Corps.
Actually live life instead of letting life live you.
Exactly.
and being told how to live.
I looked at my my income level, and I think, no way I can make this kind of money if I was doing it in the Marine Corps. Making six-figure income,
fall back.
making six-figure income consistently. You know what I'm saying? Without having to be part of the organization. I wouldn't be able to do all that.
I think the greatest thing about the military in general is if you're active duty military, they're going to give you whatever you want because they know they're going to get their money one way or the other. If you live on base, I tell anybody, you can sleep a lot better when you're living on base than you can outside. Because they got to go through so much to get to you. Mm-hmm. And by the time they do go through all that, it's going to wake you up. Whereas when you live out of town, somebody just come through your back door. But to get on military installation, you got to go through checkpoint, blah, blah, blah. So that is different. And then it's a controlled community environment.
Food.
So you don't go through what you go through out in general neighborhoods.
Yeah.
You don't have that in the military. And then the worst part about that being a controlled environment is if, say you a gunny and you got a first sergeant or master sergeant up here and your children got a problem. Well, once you go to try to straighten that out, now this higher rank gonna try to throw his rank in. He gonna try to make you stand down and no, buddy, we're not doing that. You know, so that's the biggest problem. Cause they always tell you to do the roll downhill, they at the bottom of the hill. So they would throw that rank up real, the spouses, they the ones that do it. My husband is a lieutenant colonel, but he's still a man. Don't let him get slapped because of you.
Yeah.
So you can calm down, little lady.
Yeah.
So I've seen that quite a bit.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing.
Just a level of respect.
Yeah, it's
You get away with something because you wearing a certain rank.
Yeah.
But you can have that uniform on in these streets.
you just
You hold every story, right?
Yeah, we ain't having all that bubble
I had
gum.
that issue in the reserve. I was getting drunk with second lieutenants often. And then when I get on range, they want something.
Oh yeah, it try it up.
Didn't I pick you up out of your vomit?
Yeah, that's one of the things I didn't like either about
the reserve.
fraternization. And they call it fraternizing if you befriend somebody, you know.
High rank, yeah, especially staff NCO can't deal with junior NCO.
I'm dealing with officers.
Yeah, and see that was a no-no.
I didn't like that.
Well, as a reserve, we partied.
Still a no-no.
I mean, you want somebody being confused, you know, 20, 21 years old.
I was
You
17.
like, why in the world is my dude like, I can't talk to him because, oh man, I ain't got time for this. I can only be your friend when we ain't, you know, wasn't at the base, you know, and stuff like that. You know,
The fun.
but everybody have their own story. What was your come to Jesus moment? What was the biggest misconception that you? What was your biggest misconception?
But tell him how your man got jacked up. Cause he was guaranteed, what was you guaranteed, $80? What was you guaranteed, $80?
No, that's all. Misconception. As reservists, there's nothing to do when we're on the TV. The 2 days on the weekend, you know, different stations of that. As a communication guy, I would show up on the weekend. We would go out on the road with K1 and stuff like that, pick up toys for cops. Which is a big thing.
So it wasn't a real mission
No.
as a reservist.
That became uninspired. Even when I went for like
I mean, but did you actually really expect like some comeback?
No.
On in reserve?
maybe like some classes or something or something. Even for the 2 weeks during the year and stuff.
Where did you go?
One time I spent 2 weeks in Waynesboro, one time in Philadelphia. The third year I think I spent that in SharePoint.
See, they should have sent you to Camp Silver. Let's put him to work with some real Marines. They should have sent you over to 6 Marines or 8 Marines. Let you really get it in. Yeah, we should love when
There was nothing to do.
Yeah.
We came uninspired. There was no, like I said, there was no fighting. I was going to where I was going.
Yeah.
This is in the 80s.
That's why I say, man, they should have sent you to Camp Silver. They give you all
Well, I went to school at Geiger, world's largest cockroach. It was 7 pounds, 3 ounces, something like that. Killed with frying pan.
Well, there really is something about that. That's in the world. It's in the Guinness
Oh, you
Book of
actually
World
saw the biggest roach.
It's in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah.
It may be a bigger one now because this is back in the 80s. But it's something like 3 pounds, 7 ounces, something like that.
That's crazy.
The stove and killed with frying pan. They Camp Geiger. They had a record for years.
Oh my God.
I need to go look that
I
up.
didn't know that.
I'm telling you, I didn't know that. Nah.
I need to look that up, man. I ain't never seen nothing like that. A 3-pound roach.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Killed with frying pan.
That's crazy, man.
Look how long somebody lived under their company.
Under the stove.
Well, he was so big he couldn't get out.
trap. Eating crumbs.
Don't even move.
It's gotta be like that.
Man, who else wants to see no rope that big? I'd shoot that sucker.
Do something.
I'd be turned up.
Yeah. So let me ask you, what are some of your viewpoints on the new variants and things like that?
Hey man, what they got another one now? What is it called? Invisible variant or-
Well, it's got to be in the COVID, whatever it is, got to be in that. They on the Omicron.
I'm not gonna
They
be
done
wrong.
did the Delta.
Omicron has been tweaked now. That is something else. Another variant.
Yeah.
Fauci said everybody gonna get it. Don't be worried.
I saw a story that it was kind of familiar with. It was well, I ain't say familiar, but it was interesting. Where it was a truck that was
Monkeys?
monkeys.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah, that's real. That's in
So
Pennsylvania.
it was some monkeys that had been.
Danville, Pennsylvania.
They came from Africa, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Tusha was.
So some lab monkeys came from Africa on a truck. The truck turned over, and the truck driver thought that he was transporting cats.
No, he lied.
Yeah, he lied like a mother.
He thought he was
He knew better than that.
He picked her up at the airport. He knew.
Yeah.
100 months.
Trust me, you sitting there looking at your neck, it tell you
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
that's on
When you
there.
manifest.
He didn't expect that lady to go up there and look in the cage and that monkey spit on her, and now she's sick as fuck.
Yeah, that's the crazy
Yeah, but
stuff.
that's all.
Outbreak. I'm
But
gonna say
see-
outbreak.
Yeah.
That's how the outbreak and all that stuff.
I want to know what's wrong.
Hey, what's the name of the movie? What's the name of the movie?
Contagion.
Contagion, yeah.
Watch the movie Contagion, and it has it's a similar scenario.
What's going on
set up.
right now? She's sick. How sick? Who else is sick? It could be.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
that's good
true.
now, and they ain't telling.
And they want to know, okay, why are you bringing them monkeys over here to kill them? Why you couldn't kill them there? Why you got to bring them here to kill them?
Because they want to do something with it.
Property of it now.
I don't know why these people try to play God, man. You can't control the population. That's not, you can't do it though.
They try.
It's getting out of hand.
There's a reason for every soul here. God never heard.
Yeah.
Abort it? Oh, no. But they, counting on it.
Yeah. And so, which brings me to my next point. We were talking earlier about, if you know that they are manipulating the game, or they're, it's not, the deck is stacked. You know this. You've been in the military, you know that, the thing that's coming out now is not for us. Like these vaccines are not to help you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're selling snake oil. You want to sell the cure to the disease that you just created to make everybody feel like you are in control. And if they're trying to do the one world order and do the all, on one accord, my next point is, isn't it time that we start as a people preparing ourselves for, the time that we in right now, with having proper protection in place. Talking about insurance policy, things like that. Knowing that they have a thing going on where they actually taking organs out of black people and they
That's big going on though.
stealing their organs and stuff like that. And if you don't have any type of insurance,
Insurance.
I mean, I do a couple different things.
So,
But
if I die of coronavirus, is your policy paying?
we have policies that actually come with living benefits. Living benefits says that if you get sick with heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, anything like that, and you can't go back to work, you can't perform 2 out of the 6 functions to go back to work, then you can access up to 85% of your insurance while you're still alive.
Oh, wow.
Living benefits. So it's like an accelerated death benefit that you can access while you're living.
Yeah, I'm coming over here off
Most insurances-
get on some of that stuff.
Yeah, most insurances is only going to cover you when you die. So you have to die before it pays out.
Somebody-
I don't care if you got $1 million, that you qualify for on your policy. If the only way you can access it if you're dead, then it's really death insurance. It's not life insurance. because it was made for you
Well,
to
you bought
actually
it
be
for
able.
survival.
It was made and created for you to get wealthy off of, but a lot of our community ain't using it, don't know about it.
I can see
You
you in
did it the
that,
right
get
way.
a new car and everything.
Going to town.
Especially when you know that the government is playing games with people and shutting down the economy and things like that. I mean, you gotta be able to have something to survive if you don't
Sick
get
of
a job and
payout.
stuff, huh?
Think they'll pay out?
Do I think what they pay out?
Yeah, sure.
They do pay
Think
out.
the economy will crash and nothing will pay out?
I mean, no, they don't pay out.
If the economy crashes, the
I
dollar
mean,
crashes,
shoot,
they think it's gonna pay out?
insurance is.
How's it gonna pay out? What's it gonna be worth? I can have a wheelbarrow full of it, it be worth nothing.
A wheelbarrow full of what?
The money you pay out.
A wheelbarrow full of the money don't pay
Yeah, when
out?
the economy crashes.
I mean, they changing it to
It is not the dollar
cryptocurrency and
gonna
things. I mean,
No, the dollar's not gonna crash because it's been like this since the beginning of time.
they have all type of
They pay the negative interest on their debt now. It's gonna crash. It'll be worth it.
So what's your plan?
Overnight.
What's your plan? You don't have a plan? You just gonna let it happen without you making any type of adjustments?
Ride the wave, I'll see you in the next dimension.
Well, you know.
Hey, you know what, man? This
I have
has
to- I have
been
to-
good, but I only want to see you in the next
Nothing.
one.
Don't cut them out.
I'm not. That's what Oscar live.
Yeah. But yeah, for
Save my world,
for years,
I'm out of
you
here.
know, all we know about is death insurance and when somebody dies, you got to sell fish plate dinners and GoFundMe accounts and all that.
Burials, yeah.
You know, I don't even contribute to GoFundMe.
And they don't even
because
care.
It's like a popularity contest.
The dead don't care.
Well, a lot
No, the dead don't care, but you got family that you got to be worried about whenever
They
you
should
leave.
just put throw it on
Yeah,
the
but-
ground and put a tree on it.
A lot of them go from the
Yeah.
a bunch of crap, man. They don't
Well, yeah, the
use
people
that
who-
money for what.
Yeah, all them little.
The real GoFundMe is whenever they say GoFundMe paid to this account at front home for this person. That's when I say okay.
Is
So that's where the
another
money goes.
control
To that front.
They just froze the count of all of the truck drivers in there in Ottawa because they feel like they're not spending the money correctly. Now, what do they have to do with that if they just supposed to be transferring the money into the business?
Oh wow. Yeah.
That's a what now?
The truck drivers protesting the mandate of the Ottawa, Canada and stuff.
Uh-huh.
The largest convoy in the world. 550, I forgot how many millions already in it. They froze it because they feel like they're not going to spend it correctly.
It's crazy, man. Don't tell me what to do. with
They
my
shut
money.
down the Facebook page showing it, so how large it really is, because they haven't come up with different applications.
Yeah.
How large it is and stuff. Trudeau was shaking his feet. They shut down Ottawa.
Wow. That's crazy. But they in control of all that. Like you said. I would still, make sure you.
You're gonna feel it.
Yeah,
I
tomorrow.
already feel it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
Man,
possible.
everything that went up, man.
Just the ones alone that won't get the shot. 80,000 of those will be back and forth. Just with the ones that lost their jobs. Now it's growing.
That won't get the shot.
That won't get the shot.
Well, it's amazing how you had all these nurses and doctors when the pandemic first started, and it wasn't the shot was working. Now they get fired because they won't take the shot.
And they're hiring the ones back with Corona to fill their position.
That's just crazy, man. That's just crazy.
Yeah,
Who does that?
that's that. I mean, you call
Well,
somebody,
wrong is right.
a hero because they're on the front lines with this disease. You know, no days off, no
That's what the
vaccination
driver
process.
says. We've been out here the whole time.
And then now that you got a vaccine, they don't take it. Not even.
Yeah, now you ain't work for niggas, so we gotta let you go.
Been out here the whole time. Before the vaccine, we got to tell the truck drivers to stay wrong. Most of them probably got immunity. They've been sick all over the country, still on
Yeah.
the freight. And now, you want to fire them because you want to take a shot.
And then I talked to, I've seen a couple of different nurses. They were talking about how, their experience has been with the virus. The people that's dying are the ones that's already vaccinated, and they're not even dying from
Especially with-
corona. They're dying from the treatment.
Yeah.
If you do the numbers, even the high numbers they're talking about, it's still right here with the flu.
Yeah.
But They said the numbers have been fudged 40%. So when you take that out of there,
The number
it's
been
even
forward
worse.
for the corona, 40%?
Because
They cover everything.
If you break an arm and go to the hospital and you test positive for corona, you're not sick of corona. You just test positive. They still count you.
Yes, that's why the numbers are different, because
40%.
they're calling everything that's corona related, corona death. They're trying to say that George Floyd, whenever he died, that he had
tested positive
tested positive for corona. That ain't no doggone corona, you know.
The other
man,
thing, he would
neck.
have died anyway, whether the man choked him out or not, because of his high fentanyl.
Well, my thing is, look at him. He will survive it, because if he was on fentanyl, he should have been dead before he got to that point. So he had to be on something other than fentanyl.
A child, a 13-year-old with 100 bags of fentanyl in his family. They ever figure out how he got
100 bags?
100 bags in
Where
his
is
own
this?
bag. I just don't know.
See, that's just
Crazy.
crazy.
13 years old, he got 100 bags of fentanyl.
What happened there?
He OD'd.
Oh, he OD'd on the fitness.
Apparently, his parents didn't know yet.
Well, I mean, I don't know how you can be in a house and some parents not knowing what their kids got going on in the garage,
Because they don't kick the door in and go in there
taking
and
a
take
bomb
out
or something inside the house or in the room.
Plotting and
You know what I'm saying?
They didn't go parents like ours that you just live here, but this is my house.
Yeah, I
Don't
don't
close no doors.
You ain't got no doors.
I couldn't even make a sandwich in my mama's house, but I heard no one
You
minute
figure out
it was bread.
Out from another room.
Man,
You
we
know
had
what I
to
mean?
ask to go in there to get water.
Yeah.
These kids nowadays just do whatever they want and expect that's how it's supposed to be.
You know why? Old lady told me. Punk ass parents.
Yeah. Then you just start breaking foot off of their butt.
Yeah, I bet we could eat the leftovers.
But that's the problem though. You can't touch them though. Don't do that.
They'll call somebody.
Well, let them take care of you then. I love you and I'll see you whenever they lock you up.
Put them out.
So they gonna lock you up because you ain't got no
Don't let white people.
home training.
Blow out your candle at 18 and get out.
So that's definitely, you know, something that we missing in society. It's all because they done created a new society that, you know, it doesn't not conducive for us to even.
Well, you know what it is? It's just like it's what I call not affirmative action, but stuff they put the women on. They let the women get on, but the women can't have a man in the house.
Oh, welfare?
Yeah, like welfare and all that. But it's on steroids. Because what they do is they take parenting out of our control. Back when our parents would whoop out, my mama came to the school and beat me for cutting up.
Yeah.
Now if you touch a child, they take you to jail.
Yeah.
They
If she can get in school.
they let your child feel like you control your parent. Your parent don't control you. So if your parent is doing this, call us and we'll take care of it. So now they done took parenting out of the house. I wish I would have went to school and told my principal, my mama beat me yesterday. Man, I can't go back there no more. That's it.
That's it.
My time in that house is over.
Yep. I remember when my day was, when my time had come to an end.
And the schools is a
At
prison.
the house.
You can't even get into school now. You gotta be buzzed in.
Yeah.
Watch.
And because all the gun violations and all
And
that.
then what's so crazy about schools nowadays too is why are you making something simple easy? I mean hard.
The math.
Yeah, that
reverse.
new math is ridiculous.
They reverse it. Have
Why
you
are
tried
they
that?
doing all that?
Why would you do math? Well, we do it from, you know, like to left. But why would you do math from left to right?
Yeah. They even got it on Facebook. They got
Have you
Philippines, they got America, and they got some other country. The Philippines still do it like our old way of doing it. If you doing 20 plus 20, they doing 0, 4. We got it. They showed them. That Philippine, he did it so quick. The American was still on like step 2. This joker done. And I'm like, why do you do that?
Take it, try it one day. Get a long number and try it from left to right.
It's crazy, man.
I mean, you know,
They say, well, you know, it's
gonna
simple
figure
for
it out. It's
them.
gonna come out.
Yeah.
But why take all that to do that?
Yeah.
I tried this.
Why are you trying to fix something that won't break?
Yeah.
That's like trying to make the wheel better. we're gonna make it better than what it is. It's round. It's gonna get no better. It gets no better, man. Why are you messing with it? What? Yeah.
So final thoughts. What are your 2022 predictions? What are your 22 goals? What you look to see for this year? What's your prediction?
I'm looking for the Republicans to take the House and the Senate. Set up for the presidency in 2024. The world's still gonna be on fire.
Trump.
Who you think running?
Trump.
I don't want to say nothing negative about that, but I don't think it's gonna be good.
Can't be.
I still need to the Republicans.
Y'all gonna have Peyton?
I think my man gonna make the Senate.
Yeah, he might.
What you think?
I'm hoping that this COVID comes to a controllable level where we can start back somewhat living like we used to live and can start traveling, because I want to travel more. I want to just enjoy every day that I'm here. And it's hard to do that with this COVID. It's got everything on
COVID's not
line.
going away. You're gonna be taking
Well, I didn't say it had to go away, but I hope it gets
It's gonna
controlled
slack
to
off
the
in the
point
summer
where
so that they
you
can
still
still
can
get
get around.
control of it. And then by the midterm, they're gonna scare the hell out of you again and stuff, so you'll go through the Democratic Party. But hopefully they'll lose.
Well, I mean, you know, wisdom speaks here. Like I said before, I like to be able to talk to people with different opinions and somebody who done lived a long
You gotta ask more
life.
questions.
Huh?
You gotta ask more challenging questions.
Well,
I don't feel like I've been challenged. I mean,
yeah, and you ain't got to.
You
got
all
to
stupid out of it.
Yeah, no.
Well, he'll have to bring you back whenever you actually get together and come up with a game plan or
Yeah.
stuff that he wants to
Let's watch some of your videos and stuff, see where you at. Then
Yeah,
I'll back you.
This was more for just being able to vibe with, you know, with the old school crowd, you know what I mean, and instead of just, you know, whenever I said old school, I ain't say old. You gotta
Yeah, we them old men now.
Yeah,
That's cool. Yeah, we them old men.
As my brother would say, we done fucked around and got on.
Yeah, I mean, everybody gets old.
Yeah, you old.
That's a blessing.
Now that ain't everybody.
Everybody don't
A
get
lot of jokers that they ain't going
What's the
to
number now? Well, it used to be 3% of black men only made it 65. What's the number now?
Shoot, I don't know what the
I don't know.
I do know one thing for sure. One
That's
thing
why
for certain.
we don't need to be paying Social Security. You don't get it.
Because you don't let me get it. But I know this.
And I'm Indian.
And it's going to keep doing the same thing, where the cost of living is going to continue going up, but the chance of living is going down.
Yeah.
So that's where we are.
Like I tell everybody in my age group, we done seen more days than we gonna see.
Yeah, that's one of the things. So I mean, you know, we talk about legacy. So when you get done with your legacy, what you want your legacy to look like? You want to be, you know, you want to have that legacy to live behind, where you can actually, you know, create millionaires and
Better get your own.
the next. So he just take it all and put it in.
Even if I pay for the house on reverse mortgage, I'm getting all mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at what point are you gonna get it? Because
When it's paid for the next day, I want to roll on it.
you might not make it to that.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's the thing. See, what we talking about, what they talking about is getting this insurance stuff in place where even if you do be fortunate enough 30 years from now to live, you can get money off of it.
That's it. I mean,
But if you don't, at least you'll still have your family set up to where, you know, they can sit around and say, you know what?
When people try to bring they have their purse attached to a U-Haul trailer trying to take that with them.
Ain't no
They go
need.
to the doggone.
Ain't no need. But I'm gonna be the one driving that U-Haul, and once we get in the ground,
It's gonna be the U-Haul.
I gotta take it back.
like that little slot that they be putting the memorabilia and stuff that they
Yeah.
be putting cash. They
Yeah.
got the cash out right with check.
Yeah.
So this is our show for today, you all. Daniel Lyons and Evan, as always, it was nice to see you all. We'll tune in next Saturday, same time, same channel. Saturday at 4 o'clock inside the den, and we'll keep you all posted on what's going on inside the den. Give it up to my guest, Mr. Pearson.
Pierce.
Pierce,
P-E-A-R-C-E.
and this is the Oscar.
Yeah.
So you all will be seeing him again in the future.
Yeah, we gonna.
Hey,
Stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything.
Yeah.
I'm a lion and ain't nothing but a anything. We on fire and my brothers, they on fire too. And we'll fight for each other, that's what lions do.
progression of the team is the purpose of our devotion. You can see that we've been working and really having some motion. None of it was given, you know that we had to hustle. And that's just how it is when you coming up out the struggle. They say it takes a village when you raising a child. And they all turn into your family after a while. We gotta feed into each other, show love to one another. Not a race, but I know we can all finish the mile. When we step up in the den, you letting go of your past. You the only person that can really hold yourself back. The pride and strength of a lion is truly unmatched. Everybody has it when you a part of the pack. Now this ain't the type of place that'll judge you for who you are. We just get you on your way to becoming a superstar. I told you once before and I can tell you again. Come and join the brotherhood if you really just trying to win. What's up?
Brothers need to stick together. As a team, we can make it wherever. Just tell me how you feel. Just tell me if it's real. Brothers need to stick together. As a team, we can make it wherever. Just tell me how you feel.
Tell me how you feel.
Just tell me if it's real.
Tell me how you feel. Side of the den. One.
May I introduce myself?